Cheers. Right, welcome. Not out on the bike today, as you can see. I live down in Dorset in Weymouth, and just off of Weymouth is a place called Portland. And Portland's been famous for things over the years. Portland stone, building St Paul's Cathedral, prisons, borstals, and one of the prisons is namely famous because Mr. Gary Glitter is in there. I think he's still in there. He was up for parole at one time, but I think he went against his conditions of bail or whatever it was, or license, and he landed up back in there. So that prison now is solely for sex offenders. The thing we're going to hopefully see today is called the Bibby Stockholm. Yeah, that's the Immigrant Barge. It's been making lots of headlines recently. There's your do-gooders who don't want them on there, and of course then you've got your locals protesting because they don't want it there. And it's certainly had a few snags since it's been over there. We'll go into that in a little bit more detail in a bit. I think it was the 7th of August they started putting people on there. It was about 38 went on initially, and within days they were off again. They'd shipped them off and put them in the hotels here, there and everywhere, I think, because they found Legionella in the water supply on there. The local Fire Brigade, Dorset and Wiltshire, have also been up in arms about it. They went on board and did an inspection and found that there was 5 points that didn't meet their regulations. Now this Bibby Stockholm was designed for 250 people initially. The government are adamant that it's fit for purpose for housing these immigrants, and they're looking at putting 500 on there. 500 single men who are waiting for their asylum claims to go through, but they're not. You'd think they were restricted to staying on there. The barge itself is moored alongside. They have transport laid on. I think in the literature it did say that although they'd like them to stay on board, they're not obliged to. I think they've got laptops available, TVs, communal areas. There was some footage, a TV company, I think it was one of the news, had a tour around it. It's like a low budget hotel, if you like. But now they have transport laid on for them. They can come and go as they please, as I said, and of course this is what the local population were worried about. These are people that haven't been vetted, although the government say they have, and rightly so. I mean, families locally with kids are worrying. You know, you've got potentially 500 blokes. We don't know what their histories are, and freely walking around the local area. Ironically, we're going to go right outside the prison that was converted from a prison into a immigration holding centre. The stuff that they threw away was absolutely ridiculous when they converted it to an immigration centre. Then the government thought it was a good idea, after wasting millions and millions of pounds converting it from a prison to an immigration centre, and with all that waste that entailed, throwing away stuff. They then thought it would be a good idea to convert it back to a prison. And there's your Bibby Stockholm. Now where the blue ship is, blue and white, and the other side, massive cruise liners normally come in there. We've had a couple turn away because that thing's there. But as I say, it is moored alongside, and they can basically come and go where they please. And I'm not sure if you can see it or not on the camera. At the front there you've got the blue ramp going up, but right down the back you can see another blue ramp. Now that was one of the Fire Brigade's concerns, that there was only one fire escape. So they've made them put that one in, the second one. But not a bad place to have free board and lodgings for a while, is it? Not bad at all. That down there is the Royal Navy Cemetery. Always kept immaculate. Now I would have loved to have been able to put the drone down over that. A couple of reasons why not. All around here is all on a flight path for the helicopter training down there. You can see the big H for the helipad. But also another big reason is that place there. The old prison. That down there, that derelict block of flats that you can see, well, those to the left were all like that other one, and there used to be Naval senior rates mess, and they stripped them back to those cubes and then sold them for a fortune as those posh flats. But they're not so posh anymore. As I say, lovely area. All of this was used for the 2012 Olympics. All the sailing events were held out there in Weymouth Bay. And in fact, I think you can, yeah, over there, in that little cove area over there, was where Ben Ainsley won his gold. Ups back to the pictures where all the crowds were lining that green bank up there. Cheers. Yeah, lovely spot to house that thing. Well, I was making sure I picked my phone up. I put it on the wall at the top there. I thought it'd just be my luck to drive off and leave it there. But I grew up over here as a kid, and I don't know what it's like now, but when me and my missus got together, we was adamant our kids weren't growing up over here. For me, there was nothing to do, so what we used to do was buy old scrap cars and roast them around the quarries and the old tracks and that in between the quarries. When they'd packed up or blown up or whatever, you'd set fire to them and shove them over the edge of the quarry. We'd have bull taco motorbikes, trials bikes. It's just, if you couldn't do that, there was nothing else to do. You know, your youth clubs, they'd have a disco once in a blue moon. You in a hurry, son? And then they wondered why kids ended up getting into trouble all the time. There. made it down through the Bronx without getting mugged, kidnapped or shot. I used to get out on the bike yesterday. We had a bit of a ride around. I tested out a new app actually. It's still in beta form, but for you folks that ride motorbikes, it's called Crew, C-R-E-W, and it's only a beta at the moment. You have to sign up to become a beta tester for Google Apps, and then it will let you download the beta app, and basically it will record your ride over as an overlay on Google Map. But the biggest, what on earth is going on up here? Big traffic jam up ahead. The best thing about this new app is the ability to record your comm, and it will record both sides of the comms. So I tried that out yesterday, and it does. It works flawlessly at recording both sides. And if you're stood next to each other, it will record it clear as a bell, crystal clear. Oh, you bastard. Fucking shoulder. Yeah, it'll record it crystal clear. And what it is restricted by, though, is your quality of connection with your comm sets. So with the Cardos, they're line of sight, and they are good. But the minute you lose line of sight, then that conversation does get broken. Another thing that restricts it as well is if you've got your settings on your Cardo, if you've got the settings to filter out a lot of background noise, that will affect the quality of recording it. If you've got it set to pick up all of the noise, then obviously that will record all of the noise. I find with I don't know why it does it, my Cardo, they all say that the very first word of my speech gets cut off. So they sort of miss the very beginning of what I'm saying. I'm sure if they had their way, they'd miss the whole lot of what I'm saying. But now hopefully that's showing you out the window of Portland Harbour. Because it's bloody lovely. What's the, oh, a school kick out, isn't it? That's what the traffic is. Now a lot of you will be thinking, look at that fat bastard. That's not fat. I'm actually only 11 stone under this. This is an airbag I put in as an extra safety. Stop it. Stop me hitting the steering wheel if I have a crash. Oh, John, Chris, it's a Grom. We saw a Grom. I mean, we are lucky down here. It is a bloody lovely place to live. Having said that, if my missus would agree, I'd pack up, sell up tomorrow and move to Scotland. Around sort of Galloway, that way. More west coasty. Not right up in the midgy bloody place. Yeah, contrary to belief, that's not beer. This shit is the only shit I've drank for 40 years now. 40, 39, coming up 40 years. I think I'd only have to smell bloody alcohol to put me on my ass. Probably got a big part of that. Although it is zero, allegedly no sugar, probably shitloads of fat. Wait. Device overheated, recording stopped. Well, there's a first. Well, I'm buggered. So that's the first ever time I've had this DJI overheat.
Smile, you are being recorded by Nigel.
What's that noise?
That's better.
Grouping success.
We in?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we're all there.
Bloody marvellous.
Technology has prevailed. Oh, mate.
Pain in the ass.
There's your bungee.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Much as I would have liked to have kept it, because it's a bloody good bungee, but
Yeah, handy, aren't they?
I better get myself to Shipfords and get myself a...
Yeah. How frauds.
Right,
Yeah.
I've got that crew app running, so it should be recording all of us.
Okay.
Hopefully.
All right, mate. Yeah, it's like Stevie and Ray road repairs again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crap, isn't it?
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, I was on the phone.
Yeah, they've done a bit of a low-flying aircraft road resurface.
Resurfaced by a crop duster.
Oh,
It
you
has
got
been
it,
done,
mate.
hasn't it?
Flown by Stevie Wonder.
It has been done, but yeah, it's been done badly.
Vaguely lukewarm BMW, but I don't think it is. Certainly not being driven like one.
So I can see grey balding with a shorter person sat next to him. So
Has he got a trilby and a tartan blanket on the back shelf?
yeah, or on her lap. Yeah.
The nodding dog. Oh, yeah.